Hey everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to show you how I've made this bouncy winged bendy card. I had some fun during a Facebook Live last week. You can see it all folds flat and then it kind of just pops up and stands up. I haven't added my message yet because I just think it looks quite interesting to have your message underneath the acetate there. So I've got a spare piece of cardstock ready for when I do go to send this one, and then I can just slide that in and attach it later. At the front there, I've got those three gorgeous poinsettias. This is obviously decorated for Christmas, but it will work for pretty much any occasion. And you don't have to add the acetate. It does stand just with the cardstock middle part there. I've made a matching envelope as well, and it does fit inside. I just made it as a bouncy envelope. I've already made the envelope for today, but if you go to my playlist for my envelopes, which I'll have popping up now, you can see how you can make your bouncy envelopes. They basically just fit around the dimension of the card there, and I've just decorated it all ready to send. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So you don't need any dies to make the actual card, but to decorate it I've used, this is the Papercraft Society kit by Lisa Horton, so it's the latest festive one, and it's got this gorgeous stamp set here with that large poinsettia. So I've stamped that 3 times. You've got stencils to colour it in. You can stamp it onto pattern paper if you wanted to, but I've just used my alcohol markers, and you can see the 3 that I have coloured in here. And then I've used the distress spritzes, which I use all the time now. I absolutely love them. So I've used the I think it was barn door for the red, and then I use the peeled paint for the green, and it just gives them this lovely shimmer when they catch the light. So I've got those 3 ready. In the kit you get these lovely rub-ons, so you can see I've got my sentiment actually on the acetate there, but if you don't have them, the sentiment will look lovely, you know, behind there. And this is the Snowfall Acetate. It's by Hunky Dory. I bought the pack of 50 probably about 3 years ago, and I've just finished using it now, so I'm going to order another pack of 50. I think it's really good value for money that way as well. If it's something, if you use a lot of acetate and you make a lot of Christmas cards, then I think you'll get a lot of use out of it. You can also make your own as well, because I know a few friends of mine, we've been talking about it in our lives as well. You can use like Tipp-Ex or gesso, and you can splat it onto the acetate. So it could be something that you might want to try and do maybe a few tests of different products and make your own. And then this is all of the cardstock. There's my envelope all ready, and I will wrap that around the card towards the end. So dead easy and very easy to make any size you want as well. So if 5x7 style card isn't the size that you like, if you prefer 8x8 for example, then cut 2 pieces of 8x8. Whatever size card you like to make, cut 2 pieces. So I've got 2 pieces here of 5x7, and then along the short side you're going to score at 1 inch on each side. So 1 inch and rotate. So no matter what size card you've got, just do 1 inch and rotate, and just do that on both pieces. And then fold and burnish. The cardstock I'm using here, this is the Noble Red from Creative Craft Products. It's lovely. It's really good quality, colour core, just nice and thick. Now what you want to do is stick those 2 back to back. So you're just going to add your glue in the largest section there and stick those together. While I've got the scoreboard out, if you are going to use acetate, you want to cut yourself 1 or 2 pieces. I'm going to do 1 piece on this one. I've got the 2 on that one, which I do think, you know, from a display perspective and just like a visual, if you like things to be quite even, then I think doubling up the acetate does look really cool. But I'm going to do this one single just so you can see how they look. So this is 6x7. Along the 6-inch side you're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 5.5, or just do 1/2 inch, rotate and do 1/2 inch. All you want to do with the acetate is add 1 inch to the width of your card. So this was 5x7, so it was 5 inches, so I added 1 inch. So if you're doing 8x8, then you cut a piece of acetate that is 9x8, and along the 9-inch side score at 1/2 inch on each side. So just add that 1 inch to the width of your card size. So that's just drying, and then I've cut myself. I'm going to do this one a bit different. So I've used pattern paper in this one, but I'm going to use the same colour again. So I'm going to do tone on tone. So I'm going to have these 3 pieces are going to go in the middle. These 4 pieces are to cover the sides here. More so if you're adding the acetate, because if I just fold that 1/2 inch tab, for example, when that's inside, you're going to see, obviously, your adhesive, your tape, you'll see that behind. By adding the strip over the top, it just completely conceals that. So it is optional. You can also give yourself a 1-inch tab if you want, but I just did the 1/2 inch because I was going to be covering it. To decorate the inside here, so whatever size this one is, I've cut it again for the back, and that's where I'll write my message, but I won't be sticking that on during the video. I'm just keeping these with the card or in the envelope until I go to send it. And then I can just fill it out, add some glue, and just slide it, if you're using the acetate, slide it under the acetate. Actually, for this one, I can stick it down. I just thought, because I'm not adding the acetate to the back. So yeah, I can stick that one on as well. Just trying to remember all the steps because you can make it in multiple sizes. I'm just trying to make sure I give that information out. So you'll want 2 pieces of 2 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then 2 pieces of 3/4 by 6 3/4, and these ones are 1 by 7. So just the whole width and then the height of your card. Obviously it overlaps, the size of my image overlaps the fold, so I've just kind of curled the edges of my flower there, just so it kind of sits around the shape of the card, like so. You might want to just have a big panel with maybe someone's birthday number, a big milestone, a nice big sentiment. I did say during my Facebook Live, if you've got my festive stamps from my tower, Christmas tower collection, you've got the tall Christmas tree, you've got the lamppost, you've got the big tall snowman, you've got the stack of presents. Those kind of taller images will work really well in this style card. And then of course I'm going to be adding some foam, so I'm just going to cut square. First 2 on the back. Optional, you know, everybody has a preference to whether they use foam or not, and obviously if you are posting a lot then you probably don't want to add too much. And then just start to position where you want your images. So I'm going to have that one more towards the top, this one change the orientation, so I have, there's that kind of big leaf there, so I'm going to have that one up that way, like so, and then I can pop some foam on that one, and I will have again that big leaf. I'm going to have it up towards that way. That way each one is just slightly different, and just test there. Like I said, you don't have to add the acetate, you can see how it stands like so. Just pop your sentiment on and you've got your finished card. Now I can add the acetate, but I do want to add the little rub-on first of all. Again, if you don't have the rub-ons, but you want to add your sentiment to the acetate, you could use a heat resist acetate and you could emboss your sentiment onto it, or you could just stick your sentiment onto the front. Even though it's got a shape, like even though it's arched, just a little bit of foam or glue and your sentiment could kind of pop from that a little bit. But if you've never used the rub-ons before, there's all different ones. These have been around for years. I remember using these as a child. So if you've ever used those pretend tattoos, it works the same way. So take your release paper off, and then you'll see that there's another sticker. This here isn't very sticky. This will peel off, but where the actual font is, that's really sticky. Make sure your acetate's clean. I can give mine another wipe in a minute, but it's pretty good. And I'm going to have this one. I'm going to arch it like so, and then just kind of place the middle in first, and then start to lay it down. That will just remove any air bubbles that you might have. Okay, like so. And then just take something that you can rub over the top. I'm going to use my little Cricut burnishing tool here, and you just want to rub over the whole thing. I wouldn't use metal because it will scratch. Get the little lollipop sticks as well that you can use, and then you can just take off this coating and just pull it really flush to the surface there, and do it slowly, because if anything hasn't stuck you can go back over and push it down a bit more. But now I've got that lovely sentiment on the acetate. I'm going to add now double-sided tape, red tape, down the 2 inside tabs. Make sure you've got everything that you want to have inside the card stuck down, although saying that, it's quite easy to get inside the card still. And then I'm just going to sit this fold right on the edge, make sure it's nice and neat and it's flush with the bottom, and just pinch it until it sticks down like so, and then lay it all flat, and then you're going to hook it around the other end there. And as you kind of bring it under, you can fold that all down. This is a thick heavyweight acetate as well, which I recommend you use. It's about 240 micron. You can really bring up that curve as well if you want. So you could also put this in a box envelope. You might hand deliver it. You could put it in a little gift bag. I think would look nice as well. But look how lovely that stands. And even if it's, you know, once it's been in the envelopes, let's be realistic. That's how it's going to, you know, possibly sit. It may travel for a few days. Even when they take it out the envelope, it will pop up enough for them to be able to stand it up and enjoy it. And then obviously if you speak to them or you see them, you could just say, you know, just pull it out a little bit more if they want to have, you know, obviously that dimension there. Now I'm going to stick these ones down so you can see, like I said, it just covers that acetate and it just gives it a nice bit of detail from the side view, and I'm going to stick that one onto the back as well. Okay, so that's all the side pieces on now. And then just to finish it with the envelope. So I've used my Happy Mail postal stamps here. They're like the faux franking stamps. And these are all stamps that I've just collected over the years. I've got stamp books, lots of them. They're all used. This is purely decorative. Most of my cards I hand deliver, family and friends, and those that I do send out, I just pop in a little plastic or padded envelope just to protect things like the wax seal. So I know this won't be for everybody, but it's just an idea if it is something you like to do. So I just used the envelope punch board and followed the measurements for 5x7. And then actually I should fold and burnish all of the lines first. And then I'm just going to add some tape down the two sides. Take the backing off and then just sit your card in. And this is what I mean by a bouncy card. So you just wrap the envelope around the dimension of the card, and that way you know it's going to fit. Just bring up the bottom. And now when you take your card out, you've got that bounce on the envelope. So you just know it's going to fit. So it's not damaging it. It's giving it that little bit of extra space that it needs to be able to sit inside, and then I can seal the rest of that later on. So there you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed this kind of winged, bendy, bouncy little pop-up card. I think they're beautiful. Whether you use pattern paper or on the plain background there, I think they both look really nice, and I love the matching envelope. Obviously, if you've got the acetate on the back, like I said, it's a bit of a rolling one. I did say, actually, that was something I should have mentioned. You could have it this way and maybe turn it into like a cradle, and it could be a rocking, it could be maybe the manger. You could do a nativity kind of theme. I don't know. Your mind kind of starts going in overdrive when you create, you know, different folds, because they can turn into something else. But that's my idea today. I hope you like it. As always, the products that I've used I will share in the description box below. I will have my festive card playlist coming up here if you want to watch some more. Make sure you're subscribed as well, so that way you won't miss out on future videos, and I'll be back again soon. Take care. Bye.